I have 3 goals for today's lesson. The first goal is to present you the conversion facts that you must know about the American system. These are facts that you probably already know, but if you do not know, you must memorize or recall. The second goal is to teach you unit analysis. Unit analysis is a very powerful tool that can be used for any conversions that you may encounter in math, physics, chemistry, or other classes. So it's a tool that you'll use a great deal. Make sure that you understand when and how to perform unit analysis. The third goal is to show you how to convert among the American units. I want to show you how to convert feet to miles, yards to miles, pints to fluid ounces, and so forth. We will start with the conversion facts you must know. First, let's consider the conversion facts for length. 1 foot is 12 inches. Now most of you are quite familiar with the foot ruler. There's your foot ruler, so this is 1 foot. The ruler is broken into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12 parts. Each of those parts is an inch. So just by looking at the measuring device, if you know that it is a foot, you can see that it is 12 inches. 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. Most of you can also visualize a yardstick. A yardstick is 3 feet long. 1 mile is 5,280 feet. A mile is harder to visualize than a foot or yard. I mean, we can easily see the ruler, we can easily see the yardstick, but a mile might be a little bit harder. But as you're driving your car, if you note how long it takes your odometer to click off 1 mile, you can get some idea for how long it really is. So these are the 3 facts concerning length that you must know. For weight, there are only 2. 1 pound is 16 ounces. So to picture a pound, think of a pound of coffee, or maybe a couple pounds of washing powder, whatever, some things that you may buy from the store. And think of an ounce, candy bar, might be a couple ounces or so. So get a feel for what a pound is, what an ounce is. 16 ounces is 1 pound. Now a ton is used to measure large quantities of weight, like fertilizer, sand, gravel, and so forth. And it takes 2,000 pounds to be 1 ton. So if you're talking about carrying a ton or more, you're going to be talking about a pretty good sized truck. Capacity involves several conversion facts that you must know. 1 gallon is 4 quarts. Just thinking about how you can buy milk would help you visualize this. You can visualize the gallon of milk. You can visualize the quart of milk, and it takes 4 of those quarts to make 1 gallon. Or 4 of the quart containers will go into 1 of the gallon containers. 1 quart is 2 pints. Visualize a quart jar, visualize a pint jar. It takes 2 of those pint jars to fill the quart jar. Now these 2 conversions involves the cup. C stands for cup. 1 pint is 2 cups. Now this is really the cooking cup that you're thinking about. So it takes 2 of those cups to be 1 pint. And 1 cup is 8 fluid ounces. Now you really could get by with these, but by putting these 2 together, I kind of get a freebie. So we're going to do that. If 1 pint is 2 cups, and 1 cup is 8 fluid ounces, then 2 times 8 is 16, so 1 pint would be 16 fluid ounces. So these are the conversion facts for capacity that I expect you to know, and that you really should know in order to do the conversions that we'll be encountering later. Once you know your conversion facts, unit analysis can be used to convert from one denominant number to an equivalent denominant number having a different unit. Now, unit analysis is a process. I'm not going to try to define it more than that. I will explain to you why I call it unit analysis in a few minutes. But for right now, think of it being a process. And it can be used to convert from one denominant number to an equivalent denominant number having a different unit. So the next term we run into that you may not be familiar with is denominant number. Well, a denominant number is simply a number with a unit. 8 is just a plain number. 8 feet is a denominant number. You have the number and the unit. 9 miles is a denominant number. You have the number and the unit. So I can convert from, say, one denominant number, 9 miles, to an equivalent denominant number having a different unit. So I could convert the 9 miles to feet. In my head, I can't tell you what the number would be. We're going to do that with unit analysis in just a few minutes. But I could convert from a denominant number involving miles to an equivalent denominant number involving feet. Before I go on, let me point out that you can convert among the units for length. I can convert feet to miles, feet to yards, yards to miles, so I can convert among the units for length. I can convert among the units for weight, pounds to tons and so forth. I can convert among the units for capacity, fluid ounces to pints, fluid ounces to gallons, gallons to cups. I cannot convert from length to capacity, so I can't convert feet to pints. They don't measure the same thing. Unit analysis uses 3 basic principles of math. So unit analysis uses 3 basic principles of math. And you should always understand why something works. So this is the why part. The first principle of math will be any number times 1 is that number. So a principle of math is any number times 1 is that number. Unit analysis uses this principle. 8 times 1 is 8. Any number 8 times 1 is that number, 8. 8,000 times 1 is 8,000. 256 times 1 is 256. The second principle is any number divided by itself is 1. 10 divided by 10 is 1. 27 and a half divided by 27 and a half is 1. Any number divided by itself is 1. And the third is the substitution principle, which means any math expression, a quantity may be substituted for an equal quantity. So in any math expression, a quantity may be substituted for an equal quantity.